What is going on, YouTube fam? Welcome to the Jonathan Dearman Show. And first things first, I actually want to talk about where I've been over the past few months, and then I want to get into kind of a touchy subject today, actually one that you got to be careful with how you talk about this subject, and we're going to talk about Trump just a little bit today, not too much. But first of all, as you've probably noticed, I haven't posted a video, and now it's been about 3 months since I posted a video. And it's not because I'm giving up on the channel. It's not because I'm done with the channel at all. What really happened is I was planning on taking a break during the holidays just because it was so busy and crazy from making videos. And then after the new year happened, I was planning on getting right back onto it. In fact, I actually recorded a video and was ready to post it and excited to post it. However, some things just behind the scenes started happening, some transitions, which they're not bad transitions, just so you know, but one of them is my wife and I were moving, and so we got that going on. And with moving, as you probably know, it comes with a lot of different types of change. And so we're working with that kind of stuff behind the scenes. We got some things to take care of before we move. And so anyway, that's why we're kind of, as a channel, just on a pause here in this season, a brief pause while just some things behind the scenes are getting worked out. But I definitely plan on coming back. I'm still super excited with where this channel is going. I'm excited to continue delivering content for you guys. But like I said, we are going to be in a pause just during this whole transitional season here. But thank you to all of you that have stuck with me, all you subscribers. Thank you guys for just sticking it out. Even though no content has been coming, thank you for not hitting the unsubscribe button, even though I know you could have, obviously. But here's what you can do moving forward. If you wouldn't mind, stay subscribed. That way you can get updated with the channel when videos come out. But really now with YouTube, even if you are subscribed, it doesn't automatically mean that when new videos come out that they're gonna end up in your feed or that you will be notified. What you actually have to do is you actually have to click the notification bell. I'll put a little graphic right here. Boop. And click that notification bell. And when you click that, that means that when a video is posted on this channel, it will officially notify you when any new videos come out. So hit the notification bell. That way, after this brief pause, you're aware of when the videos start posting again. And thank you all so much again. And let's jump into the video talking about Trump. All right, so I want to talk a little bit about Trump today, which is really maybe one of the touchiest subjects you could possibly talk about. You know, it's kind of one extreme or the other. If you compliment him, you're gonna have a bunch of people that love you and a bunch of people that hate you. And if you diss him, you're gonna have a bunch of people that love you, a bunch of people that hate you. But that concept actually is kind of what I even want to talk about today. So I just want to talk about it. And as you can see by the title, I really want to talk about, is Trump an angel? Is he a demon? Is he the savior of our nation? Is he Satan himself? Who is Trump? And I think this is actually really important to cover. I think this is where a lot of the divide comes between us Americans as a nation, is right here when we talk about these kind of subjects. But the bottom line, the short answer, is Trump an angel? Is he a demon? And of course, as you probably know, the answer is neither. He's a human being, which means that he's going to do some things that are good and he's going to do some things that are bad. Now that's, of course, that's, like I said, that's an obvious thing to say, but it's important to point out, because what happens is people kind of just pick, in this day and age, they pick a person and they put them either in a category of good or a category of bad. And then everything that person does is looked through the lens of what category they're in. A lot of people that have Trump in the angelic category or the he's great all the time category are tempted to do things like justify, for instance, the Hollywood Access tape. We saw that when that came out.
I moved on her, actually. You know, she was down in Palm Beach. I moved on her, and I failed. I'll admit it.
Whoa.
I did try and she was married.
It's huge news, Sarah.
And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything.
Whatever you want.
Grab him by the I can do anything.
That's not great stuff that's being said right there. But unfortunately, what has happened is that people that are looking at Trump in a non-objective way started justifying that. They said, it's just locker room talk. It's fine, you know, it's how guys talk. But then if those same people found a video years ago, if we could go back in time and they found a video years ago of Bill Clinton saying the same thing that President Trump said when he was campaigning, you know, these same people would be saying, look, more evidence, he's just a sexual predator who, you know, how dare he talk about women like this? And to me, that's frustrating that the double standard is there. I'll give you another example. The evidence seems to support the fact that President Trump probably did sleep with porn star Stormy Daniels while he was still married to Melania Trump and try to pay her off to keep her quiet during the campaign. That's bad. That is an immoral, terrible thing to do. But a lot of people have played it off like, well, he's a billionaire, he's a rich guy, you know, it's what rich people do. Just take it easy on him. Now listen, here's my honest opinion on President Trump. I think I see some things that he does and says that I really like, that I think are really good. Economically, I think he's made some good decisions, particularly cutting taxes on businesses. That way more businesses are drawn to come here to America and stay here in America versus going overseas. That means more jobs for people. That means more job security. That means when businesses start making a lot of money, they're not going to be going to China as much because they don't get taxed as much as they used to here, which ultimately means more jobs for people. So anyway, I think there's a lot of things that he does that I agree with and I think are good things to do. And then I see some things that he does and says that I really don't like and I think are bad and inappropriate. And I'm not going to support the idea of cheating on your wife or talking about women in a degrading way is acceptable because I like some of the policies that he puts out. And one of the most important things for me when talking about politics is to be consistent. If I would say that if Obama said something, that it's bad when he says it, then it should be bad when Trump says it, and vice versa. But unfortunately, in such a polarized political society that we live in right now, we don't look at the ideas for what is being said, but we look at who is saying them. And then you have the other category of people who have Trump in their bad compartment in their mind, which means that everything he does comes from a hateful place of racism and bigotry, sexism, just trying to advance the white, patriarchal, heterosexual society that we live in. And the problem with thinking like that is that you have people then like Chuck Schumer saying that it's a good idea to build a wall or barrier down by the border so that we can stop people crossing the border illegally. And the Democrats didn't have a problem with that.
Illegal immigration is wrong, plain and simple. Until the American people are convinced that we will stop future flows of illegal immigration, we will make no progress. When we use phrases like undocumented workers, we convey a message to the American people that their government is not serious about combating illegal immigration. Between 2005 and 2009, a vast amount of progress has been made on our borders and ports of entry. The progress includes 9,000 new Border Patrol field agents in the last 4 years, construction of a 630-mile border fence, or 630 miles of border fence, that create a significant barrier to illegal immigration on our southern land border.
But now when Trump says the same thing, it's racist. Listen, if you had a problem with the wall when Chuck Schumer said it and when Trump said it, then great. I respect the consistency that you have. But if you didn't have a problem when Chuck Schumer said it, but now you have a problem when Trump says it, to me, that's inconsistent. It's like someone getting interviewed today will respond by saying, Chuck said to build a wall. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. You know, we got to make sure that we secure our borders, that people aren't coming across illegally. So build a wall, sure. Yeah. Oh, you said Trump? You didn't say Chuck. You said Trump said to build a wall. That is racist. That is a racist thing to do. There's a video clip that I'll show you where somebody was interviewing people and he was presenting Trump's tax plan as if it was Bernie Sanders' proposed tax plan. And these college students responded, and they were pretty fond of Trump's tax plan when they thought it was Bernie Sanders who proposed the tax plan. Watch this.
What are your thoughts? Republican tax plan, good, bad?
I'm going to be honest with you. I feel like there's just another excuse for the rich people to get a break on having to pay taxes that the rest of us hardworking people have to pay.
It doesn't have much stuff in it for the middle class working Americans, I think.
Yeah.
It seems like the middle class is going to get hit pretty hard here.
They suck. They all suck.
So Bernie came out with a competing plan. I want to give you some of the deal points and kind of get a sense of what you think of his deal points.
Okay.
So if you're making $50,000 or less, most family of four will not pay any taxes at all.
Okay. I think that's a good plan, yeah.
If you take out a mortgage for more than $750,000, you're going to end up paying more in taxes on that home.
I could definitely side with that.
He keeps the Obama-era tax credits for clean energy.
Yeah. He keeps the Obama-era tax credit.
So
yeah. 100,000 billion %.
I think that's a step in the right direction.
I love Bernie. I voted for him.
Yeah, sad.
I miss Bernie more now than ever.
Overall, give it an A+.
Yeah.
A+?
It's all just rational with Bernie, and with Trump, it's not.
Now, what if I tell you these are all in Trump's tax plan?
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
What if I were to tell you that that's all in the Republican tax plan?
Is it?
What if it was?
Is it?
It is.
But why aren't they showcasing those aspects of it then?
They should be, right?
Yeah.
So what if I were to tell you that all this was in the Republican tax plan?
Really? Well, that's really interesting.
What if I were to tell you that all that stuff was a Republican tax plan?
Oh, wow.
Well, then that's all right then.
Would you rethink your position on it?
Yeah.
This would be the first time I would sit here and say, well, the Republicans might be doing something well.
This to me is the epitome of what is wrong with our political culture. That it's not what is being said, it's who's saying it. It's honestly the biggest frustration to me out of anything politically. Here's what I would love to see happening. Now, I'm not optimistic about this actually happening, but I would love to see a culture that comes back to responding positively or negatively about the ideas that are being presented, not about who is presenting them. I would love to see that happening instead of each political party taking up battle lines and fighting not for what's right, not for what's true, not for America, not for our nation, but for their own political party. I can't stand that. That's one of the most frustrating things for me to see. My policy is simple. With President Trump, it's the same that it was with President Obama. It's the same that it'll be with whoever the next president is after President Trump, which is when they say something good and right and present principles and policies that agree with what I stand for, then I'll support that and I'll cheer that on and I'll give compliments where compliments are due and praise where praise is due. And when they start promoting policies and things that I disagree with that I think are wrong, then I'll condemn the policies that are being put forth and I'll say I don't believe that is right. But what I'm not going to get caught up in, and I hope you don't get caught up in it either, is playing this game where it's all about who's saying it. That's just not a type of culture that we should live in. It's just immoral. Even to do that is immoral, to judge somebody because of who they are, not because of what they're doing and what they're saying. And there are many, many people on the political left that it is so hard to get them to say one thing that they agree with or like about President Trump. And then there are so many people on the political right that it is so hard to get them to say one thing they disagree with about Trump. Anyway, I hope this was in some way informative to you. A great way to test yourself, by the way, is if President Trump is saying something, whether you're always for him or against him or somewhere in the middle, which a lot of people are, is just picture how you would react if someone on the opposite political spectrum said the same thing. So take whatever President Trump is saying and have a genuine heart check. How would I react if President Obama was saying this? And if it's the same, great. If it's different, then maybe there's some double standards going on there for what is actually good policy versus bad policy. I appreciate all of you guys. Thank you guys again for bearing with me through this transitional season. And make sure to stay subscribed, hit the notification bell. That way you don't miss out on future videos after this pause during this transitional season. So I love you guys. Thank you guys. And all that being said, I'll see you at the next Jonathan Dierman Show.
Donald J. Trump is now President of the United States. President Obama